All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining. Apologies for starting late. We just want more people to join before we get started. All right, so the way we are going to run the session tonight is I've got a few slides to share. I'm going to share that, tell you about myself, tell you about the company, and also call on the facilitator that will take you on the journey to shed more light into the journey of a data analyst. And finally, we open the line for questions and answer, and we'll go from there. So if you have any question to ask, please, you can raise your hand, and we'll call you to ask your question. Or you can as well drop your questions in the chat as well. We'll be reading it as well. All right. So that'll be the order of the day. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK, but will serve everyone around the world. The sole purpose of our existence is to help and support people that are looking to transition from non-IT background or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different uh, IT practical trainings, ranging from project management to business analysis, Scrum Master, project management, software testing, data analysis, database administrator, just to mention a few. So we run like 8 different IT trainings. And why we are different is, unlike others, that wants to rush you just to finish on time so that they can get another enrollment in. We don't rush because we want to ensure that we cover what we need to cover so that we can equip you with the right skills and knowledge so that when you start applying for jobs out there, you can effectively compete with people who has been doing it for the last 2 3 years. That's the way we want to equip you. So that is why you see the minimum of any of our courses, is 3 months. There's no rushing. you know I'm going to be talking more about the data analysis duration as we go on. All right, so the company has been in existence for over 4 years now, and over that 4 years, over 10,000 students has enrolled on this journey or passed through this academy. If you want to read more about if you want to read our reviews, you can go on Trustpilot on Google. Just type Trustpilot and look for our company, which is Learn with Pride, and you can read the reviews of ex-students on that platform as well. All right. About myself, as I said, yeah, we are based in the UK, but we have students all around the world. All right. About myself, I transitioned as well. My background was non-IT. My background was an accounting. So I transitioned from an accounting background to a very technical background, which is software automation engineer. Right. That is why I know, and I do tell my students as well that, with determination and commitment, you know, anything you put your mind is possible. If I can do it, within the space of 3 months, anyone can do it as well. Just that you need to commit your sweat, energy, everything within you into that process. So that has been my journey anyway. So it was the whole Learn with Pride today started from that transitioning journey. It was because I was able to transition and I started training families and friends that we now have what we have today. So that is how I know that, anyone can do this as well. You just have to commit into the process, go above and beyond what has been covered in class, and you'll be shocked the level at which you find yourself at the end of the journey. All right, so that is a bit about myself as well. If you are interested in knowing my story as well, I think there's a YouTube video on our channel that you can watch that tells you, a whole lot about my journey as well. All right, so why are we here tonight? I'm sure and everyone that has joined tonight has got an interest, to know more about the journey of a data analyst, or you are looking to transition to become a data analyst, or you are looking for a remote job and all of that, So why are people transitioning? Why is the tech, why is the talk of the town these days? Let me ask everyone, tell me, why are you on this call tonight? Or why are you considering transitioning to become a data analyst? Just drop, there's no wrong or right answer. Let's start the conversation from there. If you can drop, your answer on the chat, I'll really appreciate that. Let's start the conversation from there. So why did you join this session tonight? Why are you considering transitioning to tech? What is so special about this tech? Why do you want to move from customer service to tech to become a data analyst? Why do you want to move from account officer to become a data analyst? Why do you want to move from a security to become a data analyst? Let me know your own why that you joined tonight. What is your own reason for wanting to know more about this journey, or for wanting to transition to become a data analyst? The floor is open. Please drop your answer, and I'll read from there as well. All right, I'm just waiting to get more answers in, and I'll read it out. All right, keep it coming. Tell me your own why, please. All right, keep it coming. Let me know your own reason for transitioning. All right, I think we've got few answers now. Let me now read it out, then we can go through it together. All right, let me go to the top. My voice is low. Please, can everyone hear me loud and clear? Can everyone hear me loud and clear? Please drop one quickly if you can still hear me loud and clear. Just so your voice is low. Is my voice still low? Please quickly drop. I just need like 2-3 people to drop one. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop one. All right. Thanks for that. All right. So I'm good now. All right. Let's go through the answers together. 1 second. All right. Techno. I'm just passionate about tech, and I know it's the future. That's from Techno. That's good. From Bullock, capacity building. Anthony, capacity building. Francis, I want to move from hardware engineer to a data analyst. Perfect. Techno again, increase my financial strength. Emmanuel, because data is everywhere. You are right. 002940. I want to work from home. Nneka, okay, I already work as an M&E staff. Need for capacity building. Nice. Messi, because the world is moving around tech. All right. Brimo, the whole world is moving with IT. I don't want to be left behind. Teniola, I have a background knowledge on programming. This is just to upskill. That's good. David, to leverage data analytics skill to harness my professional skills as a chartered accountant. As I told you earlier on as well, my background was accounting as well, up to master's level. But the funny thing is, I've never worked one day as an accountant, So, Susan, I've always loved the concept of data analysis. I really want to build my capacity on that fantastic. Favor, the world is transitioning into tech, so I want to transition into tech with it. Kizo, I want to be able to analyze data as a corporate banker. Patrick, thanks very much. I wanted to provide quick solution to people in the world, and I have passion for tech. All right. And finally, let me just take this one. I really want to do data analysis because it's my dream tech job, and I think I can make sustainable income with it. Let's start from there. As I said, there's no right or wrong answer. You are all correct. Abimbola, let me read this. This is long. The fact that technology is growing uncontrollably, and it is basically what is determining our current way of communicating, and I really don't want to be left behind. Also, to increase my source of wealth. All right. Everyone is right. Everyone is correct. The reason why most people are now transitioning is because, to start with, everyone is looking for that family work balance. Um, Nobody wants to start waking up early in the morning, you come back home midnight. Even your kids that you are working this hard for, they don't get to see you. They don't get to see you until maybe weekend when you are off, work. That is not healthy. Despite the fact that you are making this money, you are working as a banker or you are working as, but you have to leave your house so early, and you have to come back so late. So that means you have to rely solely on housemaid and, other people to take care of your children, which is not good. All right. So tech gives you that flexibility. It gives you that, that balance that you're looking for, to the extent that, you can afford to take your kids to school yourself. You can afford to take your car to the mechanic. Not that you are not working, but the thing in working in tech is you are working smart, but you are not working hard. I'm not saying you are not working. You are working, but you are working smart. Everyone wants to work smart, right? Everyone wants to work smart. You can afford to take your car to the mechanic. Why? Not that you are not working, but you are working on the go. Maybe your whole schedule for that morning is full of meetings. Who says you cannot attend meetings on your mobile? Who says that? No. Also, you can, when you know your onions, you can take on multiple roles. When you fully know your onions, you can take on multiple roles. And I know people doing that, and they don't exceed 5 o'clock when they finish work. 9 to 5, both jobs they are done. Why? It's because they know what they are doing, and they can, plan very well, according to the deliveries of those roles. One good thing about tech roles is as well is, take for example, you went to school to study accounting, or you went to school to study law. When you are done, you'll be looking for an accounting job, or you'll be looking for a law firm to work with, right? And because the competition is so much, right, you are struggling to get a job. That is why you see graduates, they've graduated for the last for the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They don't have, a good job. Still, it's because you cannot look beyond your area. You cannot look beyond your country. Why? Because the skill that you are good at is only useful in your country. If you want to work for another country, another company in another country as an accountant, you need to do certain examination to upskill how they do their own taxing and all of that for you to know that. The same thing applies to law. You need to know the law of another country before you can say you want to work as a lawyer for another country. But when it comes to tech, there is no barrier again. There is no restriction again. It doesn't matter your location, right? It doesn't matter where you are. A Scrum Master in Nigeria will always perform the same role as a Scrum Master in Canada, in Malta. A data analyst in Ghana, in Nigeria, performs exactly the same as a data analyst elsewhere, around the world. That is why when you upskill yourself, unlearn and relearn new things, and you are so confident about, oh, now I can perform the role of a data analyst. You start applying for jobs. You are not restricting yourself to just your country. You can start to apply for jobs abroad. You know, I have someone working for me as well. He told me he can never travel out. I said, why? Because he's working for me. He's working for two other international companies, and he's working for one local company in Nigeria. So he's getting so much money. You know, that could be you as well. By the time you know what you are doing, you can control your money. That is why I say you can work for multiple companies and you are getting your cool money as well. Right. And another thing in tech is your starting salary is never the same. There's always a review. There's always a growth. You know, you don't remain on the same spot as well. So that is why I said everyone who has contributed, you know, everyone is right, so to say. All right, let me go through my slide quickly. Benefits, I'll leave this to the facilitator to talk about. So why data analyst? I'm going to be using UK as our benchmark because that is where we are, but it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter your country. The average salary, if you are considering a permanent role in the UK, you'll be looking around 50, 55, 60,000 for a permanent role. But if you are looking for a contract role, maybe a 3-month contract, a 6-month contract, then you'll be looking around maybe 350, 400 pounds per day. If you're getting 400 pounds per day, that is like 8,000 pounds per month. That is a lot of money. Even if the contract is just for 3 months or 6 months, you are still getting much more money than majority that lives in the UK. Because even in the UK, the 60% their take home is between 18,000 pounds and 35,000 pounds. That is what 60% take home. For you to now complete a 5-month program and you are able to compete for roles of 40,000 pounds, 50,000 pounds, you've done so well for yourself. You know, so that is that about the pay. Also, if you are looking to travel abroad as well, but mind you, as I said earlier on, you don't need to travel abroad now before you start working for international companies, right? And quickly, let me tell you why these international companies are looking for professionals like you to hire. Take, for example, a company in the UK, you know, they are looking for a data analyst, but they don't want to spend $600 per day on that data analyst. But they know if they look elsewhere, maybe Asia or Africa, they can get it for cheap, you know. And they now reach out to someone in Africa, in Nigeria, that one is willing, you know, they are offering $150 a day from $600. So meaning they are saving $350. $150 with the current conversion rate now is over 200,000 per day. So let's even say it's 200,000. 200,000 times 20 days. That is a lot of money that you are getting per month. So despite the fact that they are shortchanging you, you are still, if you calculate what you are earning monthly, you are still earning so much money. And at the same time, the company that hires you, they are saving as well, you know. So that is why this is the best or the right time, you know, to transition. Imagine you can leverage on the whole world. You can apply to anywhere as long as you can prove your worth, as long as you can demonstrate that, you know what, I know what I'm talking about. I've done this thing before, and these are the scenarios of what I've done. Then the job will be yours, right? So for those that wants to travel abroad as well, as I said, a data analyst in Nigeria performs exactly the same thing as a data analyst in US and UK. But in United Kingdom as well, some companies, you can be fortunate when you apply there, and you are really good, they can apply for a sponsorship visa for you as well, and bring you here without any sweat. So that is possible as well. All right. The next point is work remotely from anywhere in the world. I've said this many times, when you unlearn and learn new skill, such as data analyst, there is no country that you cannot work. There is no country. All you just need to do is ensure that you know your onions properly. You know your onions very well. That is why we don't rush on our trainings. That is why we dedicate 5 good months, you know, just to learn this process and to become a data analyst at the end of the day. And it's in high demand. Data is everywhere, as someone said in the chat earlier on. It's, most companies uses data, and they are looking for professionals like you out there, to come and help them to transform, to manipulate, all these data. So they need your service. I told you people are doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs. They are doing these 2 jobs, 3 jobs because there is not enough people to take on this role. And as a human being, we can be greedy when it comes to money. Nobody is contented. Even when you are getting 6 figures, 8 figures, you are still not contented. If you see the next job, still want, I can do this, let me take it. You know, that is what people are now doing now. Whereas you, after learning the skills, after learning the trade, you can join the pool as well. You know, and reshape your future as well. All right. So, what is the structure of the training if you are to come on board and enroll on this journey? Let's quickly go through that. So, 1 second. All right. So, the training is for 5 months. So, it's a 5-month practical training that will expose you to 5 industry standard tools. Tools like Excel, Tableau, Power BI, Python, and SQL. 5 industry standard tools you'll be exposed to. So each month, excuse me, sorry, I've got cold, so please pardon me. Each month will be dedicated to one tool. Take, for example, when you start, maybe you start with Excel. The whole of that month will be on Excel. And also, when the training is done, you'll be given a project to undertake based on that tool that you just completed. That means at the end of your journey, you should have 5 different projects that you've completed in your portfolios that you can show to recruiters when you start applying for a job. Right? That is very nice. For those who can get their hands dirty, there's no way, excuse me, sorry. There's no way you have these tools on your CV that you won't be called for interviews. On your CV, you've got SQL, you've got Tableau, you've got Power BI, you've got Excel, you've got Python, and you can demonstrate where you've used all of them. Now tell me, who is not going to be convinced and say, wow, this guy has done well, I like him, let's hire him, right? I'm not saying the road will be, I'm not saying the road will be easy. I'm not saying the journey will be easy, but there's nothing impossible to achieve for anyone that truly wants to change the narratives. That is why, like, this particular training is twice a week. The live sessions is twice a week, every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But as a student, you can never restrict your journey to twice a week. Your journey has to be an everyday journey for the duration of the program. The reason for that is, remember, at the end of the 5 months, you want to be in a position whereby you can compete with people who has been doing it in the industry for the last 2-3 years. We don't train our students to start applying for intern roles. No, we don't do that. We train you to compete, with the best of the best out there. That is why you need to commit your time, energy, sweat into the process every single day for the duration of the program. That is why you need to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. That is why you need to sacrifice certain hours into that process every single day. As I said, it's not going to be easy, but for those that can be dedicated, for those that can be committed to that logic, to that process, for that duration, you always have reason, when you look back and say, you know what, thank God I embarked on this journey. Right. So now you've gone through the project, you've done the training, you've done the project. You can call yourself at this stage, I'm a data analyst, because I believe there's no tool you presented, in front of me I won't be able to use, maybe when it comes to SQL, all these 5 tools, and all of that. Excuse me. But you started, don't worry, you get the recorded session. I'll talk about that at the end of the day, at the end of the session, how you can access the recording. All right. So now you've done the training, you've done the project. You are not getting calls. You've started applying for jobs and you're not getting calls, and you're wondering what is going on. Now I can manipulate data, I can transform, I can do this, I can do that with different tools. Why are people, or why are recruiters not calling me? They are not calling you because you are not visible in the market. And when you are not visible, nobody can see you now. You are like ghost. That is why you need to optimize your brand, especially for those that will be applying for remote international roles. You need to revamp your CV to international standards. You need to be on platform like LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has now become one of the most popular, platforms that recruiters go to now to look for, qualified candidates like yourself. So you can't afford not to be on that platform. When you optimize your brand very well and everything is good to go, you see the effect as well. You see the amount of calls you start getting. Oh, I saw your profile on LinkedIn. Are you still in the market? Are you still looking for a role? Are you able to, for us to have a 5 minutes quick chat? You start getting calls like that. And when you start getting calls like that, you can be rest assured that interview is around the corner. And this is another very important stage that we assist with as well: interview preparation. The joy of it at the end of the day is for our student to be able to land a role at the end of the journey. That is why we do everything in our power to assist and support our students. So interview preparation, we want you to go in that interview with confidence so that you can ace that interview. So we do interview preparation with you. All right. Why on this particular point? Let me use this opportunity to tell you other benefits that is attached to enrolling on any of our program. Number one, you get the practical training, which is for 5 months. Number two, you get to work on 5 different projects. Right. Number three, you get the mentorship. Number four, you get the support. Number 5, you get interview preparation. Number 6, all our courses, they are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that you get at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. And also, you get a 12-month membership, free membership with the body as well, CPD standard, where you can access other materials. You can use it. It's you're meant to pay, but because you are enrolling through Learn with Pride, we give you a code to have a 1-year free membership where you can learn so much, where you can gain other benefits as well. So you get 12-month free membership as well. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. right? Meaning, when you start applying for a job, you know, will be there because you'll be working on a that is why I cannot over emphasize how important working on the project is. Even the standard from the CPD is you need to complete 4 projects successfully before you can even get the certificate, the CPD certificate. Remember, you're supposed to complete 5 projects, but they know that, oh, maybe due to work on and all of that. But the minimum, you need to be able to complete 4 projects before we can be able to give you the CPD certificate as well. So if you are able to do the project, why not? Why won't nothing is stopping us from giving you a work reference when you start applying for a job as well, because we know that you know what you're doing because you've done it, you've passed through fire, and you're able to come out on the other side. That is what we want. So those are the benefits I can think of that you get. Other ones are there as well, like you belong to a community. Um, Everyone needs a community. You need like-minded people. You need to rub minds with like-minded people. So that is what we are trying to build there, a community where you can leverage on. A typical example would be when you eventually secure a role, right? And you are stuck at work. You try to reach out to your facilitator. Unfortunately, your facilitator was busy at that point. Where do you go next? But if you have this type of community, you can easily drop your questions or the issues on the platform, and you can be rest assured that someone who has done it will tell you that, oh, this is how you have to go about it, and you won't be stopped. So we have platform like that, we have community like that you can leverage on. Also, um, aside, excuse me, I do apologize. Aside your training days, right? Twice a month we run a session. We call it a career motivation session, where we treat different things on that session. We invite ex-students to come on board to share their experience. We invite current students who have started applying for jobs to come on board and share, the type of questions they are asking them. We treat tools, different things. Motivators, we bring motivators on board to tell us their story and to motivate, because why we do that is information is very powerful. A slight information you might get from that session might have a very big and positive impact, on your journey. So we do everything in our power to ensure that our students get the best out of the experience. All right. So these are just the start of the company. As I said, from 2020 till date, over 20,000 has enrolled on this journey. The breakdown of our courses, the breakdown of the enrollment of our courses, this was even last year, needs to be updated. And all in all, we have 85% of our students are currently working, 50 in the public sector, 35 in private sector, and 15% are job ready. All right, so these are just the sample jobs I got online. The one on the left is paying between 60K and 80K. The one on the right is paying between 45K and 55K. You look at the one on the right, what are they asking for? All these things that they are asking for are the things that you are going to treat in the class. They are looking for someone who can use Power BI. They are using for someone who can use SQL. And these are the things that we are going to expose you to in the classroom as well. And, some people might might be doubting, that can someone who just, completed a 5-month program can actually, get, so much money like this, maybe 60,000. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'll use myself as an example again. When I transitioned back then, um, before any benefit, I think it was 55,000. And after adding benefits, I think it increases to maybe 62, 63,000. I can't really remember. And that was how many years ago, ages ago, right? And I got my first role 2 weeks after I finished my training back then, I was able to secure a senior software automation engineer role. This was someone who just completed a 3-month course, So that is why I know for anyone who is ready for the journey and ready to commit, you can make something out of it at the end of the day. All right, so let's go to the next one. The next one is a permanent role as well, paying 45 a year. And the next one is paying up to 80K a year. So that is what you'll be getting anyway. Or examples of how much they are paying out there is just an example. All right, 1 second. I need to change my slide. All right, so the next cohort is starting on the 2nd of July. That is when we are kicking off the next cohort. And for the next cohort, we have 8 slots available for the next cohort. The cost for the 5 months duration with no extra or hidden charges is £799. That is the cost in pounds. The cost in naira is 950,000 naira. That is the cost. That is the cost in naira. But we are giving a discount. We are giving a discount just because, to mark Father's Day, we are giving a discount. To all the fathers and mothers in the house, you all benefit from the discount. So for anyone that wants to enroll on or before that 2nd of July, you can get 40% discount, right? So 40% discount will reduce it down to £479, and you can pay twice, right? If you are paying £479, you can still pay twice. The only but with that is you might not get slots by the time you contact us maybe on the 30th or 29th or 1st. We might have run out of slots. That is the only but you can get 40% discount anytime you are enrolling on or before the 2nd, if we still have a slot. But for anyone that wants to enroll on or before the 23rd of this month, you can get further discount. You can get 60% discount. So with a 60% discount, it will reduce the amount to £319, which is supposed to be a one-time payment. But we are even allowing our students, just because of the festive period, for them to be able to pay twice. But you need, for the 60% discount, you need to enroll or secure your spot on or before the 23rd of this month. In Naira, after 40% discount in Naira, it will reduce it down to 570,000 Naira, which you can pay twice. You can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. If you are taking up the 60% offer, it will reduce the money to 380,000 Naira, which you can pay twice as well. Right. So if you are interested in joining the batch, the cohort starting on the 2nd of July, if you want to change the narratives, if you are looking for a remote job and you are looking for where to start, if you want to increase what's that thing called, your financial strength as well, if you want to leverage on other countries and apply for roles in other countries, if you are looking for family balance or family work balance, what's it called, if you are looking for that as well, this is a good time for you to take advantage of this offer. They say make hay when the sun shines. If you want to reserve your spot, if you want to, embark on the journey, take the bold step and change the narratives, the best number for you to message is the WhatsApp number on your screen right now. So you can save it on your phone or you can take a screenshot, but that will be the number to contact if you want to tap into this offer going on at the moment. I tell you, it will be, you look back to the investment and realize that this is the best investment or the best decision I've made in my life, because at the end of that 5 months, your investment, you can get it back in 2 days. Your investment, you can get it back in 1 day. Your investment, you can get it back in 1 week. So there's no way you can embark on this journey and you see it as an investment. There's no way you can lose. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. So save the number. That will be, or if you have any question to ask as well, that will be the best number to contact as well. All right, for now, I'll go and rest my voice. I'll be pausing. It's high time for me to rest my voice, and I'll be calling on the facilitator to shed more light into the journey of a data analyst. Why this is the right time for you to make that transition in journey, and other bits and pieces that he has to share with you as well. So from me to you for now, I say thank you for listening to me. I'll see you soon. Itwen, over to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you all hear my voice?
Yes, we can, but it will be good if it can be slightly increased.
Okay. The network is poor, so because of that, I'll only use the audio. I'll mute the video for now. All right. Good evening once again.
Yeah, good evening.
So for this evening, I'm going to be sharing why data analytics is a choice career in 2024. So
There's a noise. Is there another audio there? It's creating that noise.
yeah,
So if you can switch off the other device audio, then we should be good.
okay, is it clear now?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So we're going to be talking briefly on why you should consider a career in data analytics in 2024. Why data analytics is a choice career. Right. So Mr. Akin has already said a lot. So I'm just going to build on the foundation that he has already laid. Well, my emphasis will be more on the question and answer session, all right, so that we won't put so much information to you. We want to create enough time so that we can interact with everybody as much as possible and also respond to your queries that may arise during our interactions. All right, so exploring the opportunities and growth in data analytics. All right. So data analytics has emerged as a pivotal field in the digital age, driving decision making across industries. So in 2024, the demand for skilled data analysts has continued to grow. All right. The demand for skilled data analysts continues to surge, offering abundant opportunities for career growth and development. So let's look at the market demand. Companies across sectors are increasingly rely on data-driven insights to gain competitive edge. All right. So companies are depending on data-driven decisions, which will give them an edge over their competitors. So the profilation of data from various sources including Internet of Thoughts, social media, e-commerce. So this has fueled the need for proficient data analysts. So much technology has emerged within the shortest period of time. And you know, as technology is emerging, data is growing. Every technology that has come into play is creating an environment where data is generated, So there's high volume of data that has been generated as a result of the increase in technology in recent times. So in 2024, the job market witnessed a scarcity of qualified data professionals. Emphasis, qualified data professional. So this has increased the value of data analytics skills. So what am I trying to say in this essence is that you call the shot as a data analyst because your value is directly proportional to your skill. It's a very lucrative career. Let me use that word. But you can decide the value. You can decide your positioning based on the value that you've created for yourself. So there's so much you stand to gain because the market is already open. It's more like the market is not the demand. The career is not saturated. There's so much demand for skilled data analysts. And because of the high demand for skilled data analysts, this has elevated the value for data analysts, even at the starting level. There's so much value, even at the starting level, because of the high demand for skilled data analysts. All right, career advantages. What are the things that you stand to gain if you jump into that career path of a data analyst? Now, like I said before, that there's high demand for skilled data analysts. So this already has placed so much value on data analytics skills, such that even at the starting phase, there's so much value that is still placed on you as a data analyst. All right. So career advantages. So what are the career advantages that we have available as a data analyst? Lucrative salary. Now, data analysts command competitive salary due to their specialized skills and high demand. I've already emphasized on high demand. So their salary is highly competitive because of the demand. There's so much demand for that role presently. Why? Because so much technology has emerged presently and so much data has been generated, and there's so much competition in the markets, in the industry. So if you want to have an edge, you need someone to come in as a data analyst to provide you access to the right information that will help you make informed decisions that will improve your business processes and also the return on investment. That will also give you an edge over your competitors. So it's a very lucrative career path. So you stand the chance of getting a high-paid job. All right. So another thing is diverse opportunities. I've already said that diverse opportunities. Data analytics offers diverse career paths. What do I mean by diverse career paths here? You know, it's a very broad ecosystem. You can decide tomorrow to move into data engineering. You can decide to switch into business intelligence. You can decide to switch into data science. So there's so much diverse opportunities, and these are in high demand. These are so much in high demand. So there's so much to gain. So you can decide that you want to move to data engineering, you want to move into business intelligence, you want to move into data science. So there's a lot you stand to benefit in terms of opportunities within the career. All right. So another thing is continuous learning. Continuous learning. So the dynamic nature of data analytics ensures continuous learning and enhancement, fostering professional growth. Professional growth. So because of how dynamic the nature of data analytics is, so it promotes that continuous learning and skill advancement. You can't be static, all right? Because there are so much tools that are available, and every year more tools are added in the industries, are added to the industry. Of course, you wouldn't want to remain static. You want to update yourself. So there's that knowledge, there's that room for pursuit of knowledge and skills. All right. So it's a career that is knowledge driven. Is knowledge driven. And as you're being exposed to these tools and this knowledge that is available in the field, your value keeps increasing. Like I said earlier, I said you determine your positioning when you come into the career space, into the space of a data analyst. You determine your positioning. You can decide to be static. You can decide that if I'm earning $3,000 or £3,000 this month, in the next 4 or 5 months, I want to be earning £5,000. It's very, very possible. So you call the shots. You determine your position at any time because your value is what is proportionate to your your skill level is directly proportional to your value and your earning power. And the ecosystem is wide. You can decide to transition into data engineering. You can decide to go into machine learning. You can decide to go into data science. You can decide to go into business intelligence. So these are the things you stand to gain when you come into data. All right. So another thing is global relevance. All right. You're not the knowledge of data analytics that you've acquired, it is relevant everywhere. The same tool is applicable to every environment, every part of the world. So if you're good as a data analyst in Nigeria, you can work anywhere in the world. There's no barrier. There is no barrier. You are globally relevant because that skill does not, it's a skill that cuts across every continent, every country, every environment. So if you're able to acquire this skill, you become globally relevant. All right. So data analytics skills are globally sought after, providing opportunities for work across borders and industries. All right. So my next slide is the future outlook. What is the future outlook? Now, as technology evolves and data volume escalates, the significance of data analytics will only intensify. All right. It's not going to stop. All right. Data has come to stay. Data has come to stay because the world now is data driven. If you want to have an edge, if you want to perform well, even in your personal life, it is data driven. If you want to make correct decisions, then you have to use data to evaluate your actions, to evaluate your decisions. You have to be data driven. All right. It has come to stay. It's not a career that is going to last for a while after another career will take over. No, it has come to stay. Like I said, there are so many technologies that are coming up every day, and every technology that keeps emerging creates a platform for data to be generated. Every technology that is introduced into our environment, into our economy, into our world today, create an opportunity for the volume of data that has been generated currently to be increased. And as the volume of data increases, the more skillful data analysts are being sought after. Let me give you something to be excited about. The career, the field is not saturated. We don't even have more hands. Even in Nigeria, we have very few hands, few competent hands. And you know what that means? Few competent hands. There's no way that you are fully equipped as a data analyst that you will lack job. No, you can't. You can't. I can guarantee you that. Except you're not good, except you're not skillful in data analytics, except you're not skillful in what you're doing, or you're just playing with yourself. So the demand is so much because of the volume of data that is generated every day. And every day, companies are coming to that awareness that they can do better, they can perform better, their business processes can be set properly if they are data driven, if their decisions are based on data analytics. So you now see that every company, every environment now wants to embrace data analytics into their system. Why? Because they want to perform well. They want to perform well. All right. So as technology evolves, the data volume escalates. And technology will keep evolving. Technology is evolving. Technology is evolving every day. So much technology is built into the system. So the volume of data escalates, and also the significance of data analytics keeps intensifying. All right. So advancement in AI and machine learning will also augment data analytics capacity, opening new frontiers and innovations. All right, just like the introduction of ChatGPT. People thought that the introduction of ChatGPT was going to come and take away some jobs. No, rather it was coming to enhance the role of a data analyst. All right, so that's the future outlook of the career. All right, so in 2024 and beyond, data analytics professionals will play a pivotal role in shaping organization strategies and driving impactful decision making. So you can see the sensitivity of the role of a data analyst in every environment, work environment. So because of this, the field has become, there's so much noise about it. No doubt about that. That's the truth. There's so much noise about it, and there's still going to be more noise about it. It's a role that will keep being relevant. It will remain relevant for as long as possible, as long as humans exist, as long as humans are depending on technology, as long as humans are using applications to carry out transactions, as long as we exist in this life, data is still going to be relevant. It's still going, you know, it's so interesting that even in churches, they are beginning to employ data analytics into churches. All right, it's not just limited to the industries out there, to the marketplace out there. It has even gotten into religion. All right, because people want to be able to track their progress. People want to be able to make proper correction. They just want to make right decision. And the only way to make right decision is by making decision based on data. All right. So this places a data analyst at a very advantaged position. All right. So it's a career that if you come into, you determine your position at any time. Because if you give your all to it, decide to equip yourself based on the opportunity that is offered to you, you can become anything. You can become anything. You can decide your earning power. You can predict your earning power. You can project your earning power, and everything will work according to plan. There's no probability here. No, your career path is predictable. Your earning capacity is predictable, because, like I said, everything is tied down to the value that you have placed on yourself. And it's so interesting that even at the starting phase of your career, you're so relevant. You're still relevant. Even your earning capacity at the starting phase is still something to be excited about. All right. So that's the future outlook of data analysis. So in conclusion, like I said, I want to spend more time in question and answer session so that I'll get to know your thoughts, your expectations, and will give you a balanced information. All right. So in conclusion, the field of data analytics offers a promising and fulfilling career path characterized by high demand, attractive opportunities, and continuous advancement. Mastering essential tools like Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, and Python is essential for proficiently handling and deciphering data. So embrace your available opportunity and embark on a journey towards achievement in the dynamic field of data analytics with Learn with Pride. So I know you're also wondering why we emphasize on 5 key tools. Now, these are the 5 key tools that are dominating the industry. All right. So we carefully selected the 5 key tools that are dominating the industry. SQL, which is common, all right, and the business intelligence tools, which includes Power BI, Tableau, Excel is well known, and Python, of course. So you may want to ask us why the choice of Power BI, why the choice of Tableau? Why don't you go for ClickView? Why don't you go for Looker? Why don't you go? There are so many business intelligence tools out there that are very, very good as well. But we have looked at the industry, we have looked at the demand, and we have also looked at the tools that are dominating the environment, and we decide to pick the 5 tools that are dominating the environment. If you look at, for example, if you go to your Google, check the top business intelligence tools that are in demand today. You'll see you have Power BI and you have Tableau. So these are the business intelligence tools that dominates the environment presently. So we have carefully selected these relevant tools, and we want to equip you in these relevant tools, but not just equipping you in these few tools. We are going to give you information on the basic concepts. All right. What do I mean by basic concepts? Once you understand the basic concept of data and the basic concept of any business intelligence, you can easily transition into any business intelligence tool, because it's all about understanding the basic concept of data and how data can be modeled, how you can relate your table to each other, cleaning of data and all of that. All right, extracting data from the different sources and all of that. Once you understand this basic concept of data, a different chart and all of that, it is very easy to transition into any business intelligence tool, because all of them work on the same concept, just that they are different vendors with different features. Some have advantage over the other one based on the features available on the application. All right. So I'm urging all of you to take advantage of the opportunity that we are offering you. All right. To come on board with Learn with Pride. Now, I don't need to talk much about the opportunities that you stand to gain if you become a data analyst tomorrow. There's so much to gain. There is so much to gain. The flexibility of working remotely, there's so much to gain. All right. There is so much to gain. It is one skill that is not limited by any country, is not limited by any environment. If you understand it, if you're skillful in the art of data analysis, you can work in any country, you can work in any environment. So these are the things that you stand to gain. And you can stay relevant as long as you're ready to upskill, as long as you're ready to add value to yourself. You can decide, you can make projection or wherever you want to be. Like I said, you determine your position in the career at any point in time. You determine your earning power. All right. So these are all the things that are available for anyone that is interested in coming on board. All right. To learn the art of analysis with Learn with Pride. So these are the things you will stand to learn. Like Mr. Akin rightly said, we're going to be considering 1-2 per month, 1-2 per month. And at the end of the day, there is a project for each tool, and not just project. We're not going to talk about theory, all right? We are going to be talking about the practical aspect of it, all right? We won't talk so much. Yes, we are going to balance it with the theoretical knowledge, which you still need, but our emphasis is going to be on the practical aspect of it. So there is a lot that you stand to gain. There are a lot that you stand to gain. So I am anticipating as many of you that will be willing and ready to join the next cohort that will be taking place from the 2nd of next month. I'll be so glad to meet each and every one of you in the class. So I will stop here and we'll open up for questions and answers. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks, Itwin. So please, if you have any questions, this is the time to raise your hand or drop your questions in the chat and I'll be reading it. Or you can just simply raise your hand. I'd like to hear from you. You know, we're on this session to learn together, so um, feel free to ask any question you want to ask as per this journey. Or you can drop it on the chat as well. While I wait for people to do that, just for those that joined the session late, the next cohort will be starting on the 2nd of July. Right. It's a 5-month program that will run twice a week, every Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And all the sessions as well will be recorded. Right. So, just in case anyone misses any class, you can still catch up with the recording as well. So the price for the 5-month program is £799. The actual price cost is £799 or 950,000 naira. But again, we said there's a 40% discount. So anyone can take advantage of the 40% discount on or before the 2nd of July. The only but there is the slots we have is limited. So you might contact us end of the month and say, oh, sorry, we've run out of spots, you need to wait. If you don't want to wait for that, if you don't want that to happen to you, then we have another discount, which is a 60% discount that you can enjoy. But the only thing with that is you need to enroll on or before the 23rd of June. Also, you can pay twice. Half payment is required to start, and the other half you can pay after 6 to 8 weeks that you've started on the journey. What are the benefits attached to joining this program? You get 5 month practical training, which you'll be exposed to 5 industry standard tools as well. Also, you work on 5 different projects as well, which can go into your portfolios, and you can start showcasing that the moment you start applying for jobs as well. So you work on 5 different projects. Number 3, you get the mentorship. Number 4, you get the support. Number 5, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate is recognized in 60 countries. Also, we give you a 12-month free membership to CPD community. And lastly, you get interview preparation. Then lastly, you get a work reference for the duration that you're with us as well. So, Nnamdi, throw more light into the 60% discount. So the 60% discount will reduce the amount to 380,000 naira. That 380,000 naira, you can start with half of that, half payment. Then the other half, you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started on the journey. But the only but with the 60% is you need to enroll on or before the 23rd of this month. That's Unamdi. If you still want me to clarify that, you can raise your hand or you can send a message to the WhatsApp number on your screen. So if you are interested and you want to embark on the journey, you want to enroll on the journey, you can send a WhatsApp number to the number on your screen to secure your spot. So you can save the number on your phone. You can take a screenshot of it as well. All right. Any other question from anyone? This is your this is the time for you to ask question now. Please don't be shy. In UK, yes, in UK, so the 60% that will reduce it to um 320 pounds after the 60%. So after the 60%, it will be 320 pounds, which you can pay twice as well. That's to Unamdi. Right. So half payment is required to start, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. But you need to enroll on or before the 23rd. That's to promise Unamdi 320 320 pounds for 60%. 40% is 480 pounds, if I'm right. All right. Any other question from anyone? Sorry, my voice is going. You're on the session now. This is your chance to ask any question regarding this journey. So, any other question from anyone else, please? You're welcome, promise. Any final question from anyone before we call it a night? All right. Just a word of, just a word from myself. When you want to go on a journey, there will be a lot of mixed feelings. You know, should I not? Should I not? What is the guarantee that if I embark on this journey, I'm going to earn something at the end of the day? You know, you start asking yourself so many questions. But the true answer is if you don't take that bold step, you'll never get an answer to all those questions. It's like passing through a tunnel. You don't know what awaits you at the end of that tunnel until you get to the other side of the tunnel. Then you see the light. Right. When it comes to knowledge, you know, there's no amount of money you want to invest. Please, 1 second, please. Sorry about that. When it comes to, yeah, investing in yourself, there's no amount of money, that you invest that will go to waste. No, not at all. Especially this particular journey, you know, you can never, it's a win-win. You can never regret going on the journey, but you need to take the bold step. Procrastination will procrastinate a lot. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next year. Or, you know, all you need is just to take the bold step, and you see the difference in 5 months. You know, that's what I have to say. So before we go, any final question from anyone before we go? No. All right. So the recording will be made available on our YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube and type "Learn with Pride," it should be available by tomorrow. This time tomorrow, or if you on our WhatsApp channel, it will be posted on the WhatsApp channel as well. So that is how you get the recording. So from me to you, thanks so much for taking your time to join the session tonight. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from the journey or from the session. And hopefully we're going to see some of you on the journey as well. So from this side, I say thank you. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye.